dear diamond painters and those that are curious, welcome to StoneMagpie. Today we're going to have a whip and chat on my current project, which is this skull picture. I have stuck some sellotape on the top to keep my protective cover on, although I've tucked it behind the canvas, and I'm keeping it on to make sure that we don't get any dust on it once I am diamond painting, because these are rounds. So they have those little gaps in between. So I am keeping this to cover it up after I've worked on it. The rest of the canvas is covered in the release papers, and I'm ready to continue. I have done a little bit of the background whilst I wasn't on camera because I couldn't resist starting. And here we are, ready to get on with the S symbol. So how are you all? I hope you're all really well, and I hope that you've all got a project on the go. Do let me know what you're working on. You know I'm really nosy and I like to share that with you. I like to see what everybody's doing. So yes, I'm starting with the S symbol today, and if you saw my unboxing for this picture, you'll know that the majority is like a black and white, but with these hints of reds everywhere. So before I put the release papers on, I started doing this background. I was hoping that this could be one that I could work on my knee on a night time in the lounge. But to be honest, the symbols were quite dark, so I haven't done that. I know you're probably all shouting at me to get a light pad. And I am resisting, but sort of resisting knowing that it's probably going to happen one day. Because I think I'd get a lot more done having a light pad and being able to work on it on my knee. Oh dear. So yes, we'll see. So because I've started across the whole canvas, the release paper that I've got here won't really stick that well because it's too bumpy. So my hand is going to stick a little bit as I work on it, so apologies for that. But you know, I always work right to left. I don't know if that's a left-handed thing, but it's the way that I prefer. Otherwise I'd have started here and the stick might not be as bad. So, yep, this background may look quite black, and it isn't black, it's very, very, very dark blue. I'll tell you the colour. Oh, gosh, my hand is sticking terribly. So, let me have a think. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is start at this side because my hand is sticking to it so much that it's becoming a problem. So I am going to start on the left-hand side and see how we get on rather than battle with it. So I've got an R there. So I think there's just one of those to pop in, and then we'll move to the D. I think I might have just missed that one when I was doing the rest of that background. The D is like a very, very deep cranberry colour. Right, we'll start again. So it's something to bear in mind if you are not experienced with the release papers, is that once you start in an area, you can't stick the release paper back on very easily. So it's up to you whether you do what I do and keep that protective cover on. I stuck it with sellotape so that it wouldn't pull completely off, and that means that once your diamond painting, you're able to protect the finish a little bit from dust, etc., because the release papers won't go on and off that easily on an area that you've already started. That's what I found anyway. If anybody's got any tips and tricks, then do let us know in the comments below, because I haven't used release papers that much. So I'm sure people have tried all sorts of different things with them. There we go. Let's get some more turned over. Give it a little shake. There we go. It's been ever so windy in the UK this week. So yeah, luckily I had no damage to the house. And I feel very, very fortunate about that, because some people have had all sorts of issues with the weather, it's been very odd. Been Storm Dudley and then Storm Eunice in the UK. So that we've had rain, we've had sleet, some people had snow. So going on the motorway home this week, well, one certain day was very, very... I was driving very, very carefully, let's put it that way, because the gusts of wind that came over. I did wonder whether I had any business being on the motorway that day. Anyway, I was safe, got home, hunkered down, and just sent lots of careful wishes out to everybody that was on the road or in transport that day. As some of you may know, I live in Yorkshire, so I think it was the southern part of the country and west side that had the brunt of that Storm Eunice. And I think there was a record set for Isle of Wight, having 122 miles an hour. Sending out lots and lots of love to those that received damage and things like that. So this weather of ours, it's all over the place, isn't it, at the moment? Yes, I was talking about a light pad before I had a little think about where I was going to start again today. And my idea of getting this small canvas, as well as having one of those really cute frames that I'm dying to get hold of, was that I would be able to do this on my knee in the lounge, because it was small enough. But it's just far too difficult. It's straining my eyes. So when you get a light pad, do you have to have it on a table, or can you just sit the light pad directly on your knee? Because I haven't got a table in the lounge. I would have to have the light pad perched on my knee and then the diamond painting on top of it. Does it work like that? Are they too thin? Can you let me know if you use a light pad, please? Because, as I say, I've always been a bit reluctant to get into that. But if it enables me to do more diamond painting on an evening, then, yeah, it might be something that I need to look into. And the reason I can't do diamond painting in here on an evening is the light's not good enough in here. And it also gets very cold. So I just need to sort of think about my working space. Yeah, so the frame that I'm intending to get for this, I don't know if you will have seen it on my video about choosing a frame for the Crystal of Enchantment, but easyframe.co.uk do these skull frames and they look so cute, and that's what I'm intending to get for this one. I'm not sure which colour yet. I don't know, because they do black, silver, or is it pewter, and like a copper tone. I'm thinking either the black or the silvery colour, depending on how this painting turns out. But I don't know. I'm definitely going to have a mount with it, but I don't know what colour mount to get either. So Easy Frame have a brilliant feature where you can upload your picture to see what it would look like with all of the different options, and I'm going to have a complete play with that and maybe get a coloured mount for this one. We'll see, because it might end up just being black to bring out the colourways. I don't know, but isn't it exciting? Yeah, having a bit of playtime. And I'm hoping that this one is a really quick one to complete, because I've got all sorts in the fire ready. Not that I'm wishing this one away, but yeah, I took it on thinking this is going to be a quick one. I can get one of those amazing frames and then move on to my next plan. Ha 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 ha. My dastardly plan that has been in the pipeline for quite a while. I know I'm a tease. I know I'm a tease. Can't help it. Oh, I do get so excited about the projects that are coming up, as well as the projects that I'm already working on. It's like, oh, just want to get on with it all immediately. I tell you what though, I have recruited another diamond painter, not that I'm paying them or anything like that. What I mean is I've got somebody else interested in diamond painting, and it's the lady I share an office with. We were talking about skulls, and she was saying how much she loved the skull type designs, and I was like, oh, I'm just about to work on a diamond painting. And I had taken my little Libra picture into the office to put it on the wall there. I'll probably pop a photo on for you to see my desk and my painting above. So she already knew that I was into diamond painting, and I told her a little bit about it. Just a little bit, you know. Didn't want to bore her to death with it all, because you know what it's like when you're into diamond painting and nobody else really is. Their eyes sort of glaze over, don't they? One of the reasons why I started this channel was to share my excitement and the joy of it, because, you know, family were just like, It's nice to have like-minded people to share it with. So thank you so much for doing that for me, and I hope that you find it reciprocal, because when you leave comments and things like that, I love it. I love sharing it all. And also, do find me on my Facebook page, by the way, if you want to share your projects on the community tab. If you send me an image through Facebook, then I'll be able to upload on to the community tab as well, because that's what that's there for. Yes, what was I saying? Yes, so we were talking about schools. So I mentioned and I showed her a picture of this diamond painting and she loved it. So guess what? She went and bought one. So I am so excited to hear what she's going to think about it. She's starting it next week because she's taking a little bit of holiday from work, and she's popped it under her bed, ready to get nice and flat. Oh dear. So I've given her some extra green trays and a diamond pen and things like that, so that because she doesn't have any storage at the moment. So I said, if you had these green trays, just pop them with the symbol on there, and if you really get into it, then you can get some storage. So you never know, I might have recruited another diamond painter. It's great, I love it. So I'm hoping that she enjoys it. I'm hoping she doesn't come back to work and says, no, I don't get it, what's all that about? Oh, it'll be fun to find out anyway. So she's got a little boy, and I was saying, you know, I've given you some extra pens in case he wants to join in with you. And she was like, no, he's got his Lego. This is going to be my project. So we'll wait and see what happens there. I love sharing it. I love it. And so funny that she's got the same design as me, because, well, I hope she doesn't finish hers before mine. I can get quite competitive. Oh dear. I wonder if that's happened to you. I wonder if somebody's come and seen your diamond paintings, whether they've asked about it and wanted to get their own, or whether they've even asked you to do it for them. That would be interesting. Anybody ever asked you to complete a diamond painting? And if so, did they buy the diamond painting and you finish it for them, or did you charge them to do it? Won't that be interesting to find out? I've not done a diamond painting for anybody before. No, I've just kept them all myself. I haven't given any completed things away. Oh dear. I have given kits away though, so I'm not completely, you know, selfish. But no, nobody's asked me to complete one for them, or I haven't given any as gifts. But that might change in the future, because I have got a different plan up my sleeve. Oh my goodness me. I tell you, I think I've got plans that will last another at least 10 years. Oh dear me. I don't know if I'll ever get all my plans completed, but when ideas come to you, I'm having to write down my ideas, because they can leave you so quickly, can't they? You might wake up and have a brilliant concept or a brilliant idea of what you'd like to do next. And then if you don't write it down, this is what I find anyway. I don't know if it's an age thing, because it could be. But if I don't write it down, I'll be like, oh, what was that idea? What was I going to do? Oh no, I've forgotten. So yes, I've got like a notepad where I write down my ideas. And that list is getting longer and longer. But it's nice if I can put a nice little tick beside one. That feels good. Anyway, so I thought, right, I'll continue this diamond painting today, do a whip and chat, and then once I've done a bit, I'm going to stop, have a break, and then I'm going to continue off camera, and I'm hoping to diamond paint for most of the day today. How lovely is that? Oh, I haven't done that for quite a while. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's not too cold in here today. So I do have I don't know if I've mentioned this on a whip and chat, but for Christmas, I was gifted a one of those blankets that you wear. Is it called a body blanket? I'm not quite sure. But yes, I've got one of those that you wrap around. It's got like, it's even got like one of those like kangaroo pockets on the front of it. So if it does get a bit chilly in here later, then I'll be able to wear my blanket and be all snug. That was a thoughtful gift, wasn't it? I loved it. It sounds like Monty's back from his walk, so if you hear some noises, that's what it'll be. Hi, I'm back. Okay, I just needed to settle Monty down there, so I've got a slightly different camera angle going on now as well, and I've changed to the claw. So hopefully you'll be able to see the placement of the diamonds a bit better. I'm going to do symbol R next, which is quite a dark symbol on here, but luckily it's got a white lettering. There's not that many though. It's just some up here. The only thing is with this diamond pen, I'm not keen on the multiplacer on the back. I find it a bit chunky. So when I'm multiplacing, I might swap back to my basic pen. Right, I don't know what I was talking about before I needed to break off, so let's start from scratch. I'm doing the P symbol now, which is like it's like a mid-brown colour, and it's twinkling quite nicely actually, so that's lovely. And it's just on the edge of this girl's, I don't know if it's like, because that's the rose, isn't it? So it's like on the edges of. Again, this one is one of those that I can't really see the detail in here at the moment as I'm working on it. You'll probably be able to see better than me on the camera, because it's picking out some details around this big flower here. And I don't know if you can see, as I'm putting down the diamonds, there is sort of a curve to this canvas. I did put it under the bed to flatten it out before I started working on it, but I think now that I'm starting to place diamonds on it, it's just curling slightly. So what I'm going to do is finish working on it, and when I have a break, I'm going to pop something heavy on the top just to try and flatten it out a little bit more as I go along. So that might be a tip there. If you're finding the canvas that you're working on just lifts slightly and curves, just pop something heavy on the top when it's resting, as it were, and it will hopefully help. I'm sure I saw another P somewhere. Maybe not. You know what it's like. I'll put it away and then it'll pop out and say hello. Right, let's do, there's just a couple of U's I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't see those there though. Never mind. I'll do those a bit later. I'll do the U's down here though so I don't forget them. This is like a blue-grey colour and it's actually really interesting. I've never worked on a black and white before, and it's interesting about the different hues of colour that you get in them, because you know me, if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I love colour. Those pops of colour that you get when you empty them out in your tray. I don't know if I'm a bit strange, but it just gives me a little bit of a thrill to see the colours. So I was slightly worried about this one, maybe not having that, but there are colours in black and white. So it's really interesting to do. And I know I'm cheating a little bit having the pops of red and pinks in it, so it's not a pure black and white, but still. All right, I am going to do C. Now in this diamond painting, I've got a C. Oh, sorry if you could, I've got, where's the C? There, quite a dark, that's C. And I've got one of those symbols there. And so when I was doing my kitting up, I've tried to make it obvious. Luckily, they're very different colours, but I think I should have perhaps done that a little bit more thinner. Hopefully it won't catch me out. I'm so sorry about Monty, he's a bit wound up. I said to him, be quiet, Monty, I'm trying to record a video and talk to my friends on the channel. And he looked at me as if to say, who cares? So hopefully he will settle down. I can see a bit of something there. Just pick that out. These tweezers that I got from Spell Queen are brilliant. If you've got these needlepoint tweezers, they're great for that. Pick out little bits of wax and junk that you get in the gaps when you're diamond painting. So I just needed to get rid of that little bit of fluff or whatever it was. So this is an interesting colour. It's, I wouldn't call it red. It's more like a russet. Oh, dear me. It's more like a russet. Oh. Every time I'm talking, Monty seems to think it's his turn, doesn't he? And he's in the other room. So I might just have to go and settle him down again in a minute if he doesn't stop. Right, I wonder if he has stopped now, because it stopped me talking as well. It's like letting him have a chat. I wonder what he'd talk about on the channel. He'd probably talk about, oh, I went for a nice walk this morning in the countryside. I have to say, in the wind yesterday, although we were not that much affected, there was a tree across the road as my husband came home from work yesterday. A tree had fallen, so he might tell you about that if he were able to have a chat with you, because he may well have seen it this morning. Now this is a pretty colour. This is more of a red mixed with a small amount of pink. because I think this part of her hair is a rose. Beautiful red rose. Oh, it's recently been Valentine's Day. Talking about red roses, did anybody get some flowers for Valentine's Day? Oh, how lovely. Romance is in the air. I didn't get any roses or flowers. I got a lovely card though. But don't feel sorry for me, it's fine. It reminds me of, I mean, Valentine's really is for, you know, when you first meet someone and you want to tell them that you really like them. Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? When the young ones, oh God, I sound like my nan. When the young ones send themselves little silly gifts and cards. Oh. I like to get a card and then that's it. Happy, happy. I love cards though. I really do think that a card can be a gift in itself. I used to make them. If you didn't know that, I'm going to do some more pea because I can see I've missed a couple there as well. Yes, I used to make cards and sell them at the local post office. And sometimes I actually attached a little gift to it, so like a pair of earrings and within the card. So it was like a gift and a card all in one. They seem to be popular because I used to make my own jewellery as well. But yes, I think receiving a lovely, well thought out card is a gift. The sentiment behind it. And I know with the technology nowadays, cards kind of went by the wayside for a bit, didn't they? I think they're starting to get a little bit more popular again now. I sent a card this week to my nephew, whose birthday it is this week. Happy birthday, Tommy. I didn't make that one though. Right, I think in this section now, oh no, I've got, oh look, I knew I'd seen peas there somewhere. Right, just pop those peas in, and then I think that section only has G's left. I'm just going to take them out of the tub, if I can, with my claw. Right, for the G's. Beautiful. I'm going to switch to my multiplacer to get the majority done, and then I'll switch back to my claw to fill in the singles that I have left over. So I hope you don't mind, and I hope your viewpoint still is okay while I'm doing this. I'm hoping actually that you're diamond painting alongside me. I do love the thought of people diamond painting at the same time. I have heard about people watching YouTube while they're driving, or at least, well, I'm hoping not watching. I'm hoping just listening while they're driving. Ooh. So if you are, hello, careful on the roads there. Oh dear. I don't really watch YouTube on my mobile phone, so I find it quite astonishing. I'm a bit of a dinosaur, really, like that. I watch YouTube on my laptop. So the thought of people being in the car with the phone on, I don't know, it's just quite alien to me. It might be as well because I've got some sort of antiquated contract with my mobile phone that I really need to look into, because I don't have a lot of data. I pay, you know, not much money a month for my phone. So I get limited data and limited calls, and I think it's, you know, moved on a bit since I looked into mobile phone tariffs and things like that. So it's a job I need to do, but that's just it. It's a job. But I'd probably use my phone a lot more if I had unlimited this, that and the other. I don't know. I used to only use my phone as an alarm clock and to tell me, and you know, for phone calls. But I am now recording on my phone and editing on my phone. So, you know, I'm moving on slowly but surely. But no, by no means keeping up with the speed of technology nowadays. It's fabulous, though. What your phones can do. And I mean, the amazing camera quality that you get on these phones is, you know, do you remember going to places and having to take separate this, that and the other, like separate camera, separate video recorder? Separate radio, all those sort of things. It's incredible now that you can just fit all of that into one pocket. I'm waiting for, you know, the sort of technology that will actually do the washing for you. I know you can get something like a robot vacuum cleaner that just keeps buzzing about your house all day long and vacuuming for you. I don't have one. I do my own. But maybe I just need a robot maid. Oh, a robot chef. Oh, that would be amazing. I'm not brilliant at cooking. I don't really enjoy cooking. And it would be the one thing I would get if I won the lottery, which I don't play. But I think I would employ a chef first and foremost. So if I had a little robot maid, fab. Okay, so I've got M's down here and there, so let's do those. I think this is this very, very dark blue background colour, number 17. Number 17 is a 939, yes. Just get some of these in and then we'll be able to continue on across the canvas. Do you think we would all employ cleaners and chefs if we won the lottery? What do you think? Or do you quite like housework? Do you get some satisfaction of having... Well, I get satisfaction from seeing a really clean house, you know, when you've put the effort in. Last weekend I tidied up all of my utility room and made it look a lot prettier than just a dumping ground, and I got immense satisfaction from that. Would I want to do it again this weekend? No. Right, let's think. Oh, there's two little equal signs shouting at me to be put in place. So we'll just do that from the storage. Would help if I lifted one off. Right. Do I do those row of R's? Yes, I might as well. I'll just quickly get those in. I'm trying to find a way of being able to rest my hand on the canvas as we move along so that I'm not sticking to it and creating that horrible noise. So tactically, I think probably might try H. Fill some of these H's in, but not all of them, so I can create chunks of area. This is like a paler army green, like a pale, well, it's not really pale khaki, sort of a mid khaki colour. Really pretty. I mean, when I say really pretty, do you think, well, that's not a pretty colour? Because I think all colours have a certain prettiness to them. So you might think, oh, that's a really dull green. I don't think it is. What are your thoughts on it? Do you love all colour, or do you prefer the pinks, blues, purples, the more obvious pretty colours? Right, I think I'm going to, yeah. So I am just trying to work out how far I'm going to go with these H's to create little islands so my hand can rest. Without sticking. Yeah, that's working a lot better. I'll fill this section in, and then I'm going to see about whether I move to the H's in that one. I suppose that's the beauty of having smaller sections. I mean, this is a bit too big across the whole thing. I should have put the release papers on before diving straight in and doing that background, but hey ho. Because this is what happens, isn't it? I'm like, ooh, and then I'm working all the way along the page all of a sudden. By the way, have you seen that Diamond Art Club are discontinuing some of their Josephine wall pictures? I was having a look this morning, thinking, I've never done a Josephine wall from Diamond Art Club. I've always done them from Diamond Painting Deutschland. So I was having a look and thinking, should I or shouldn't I? The one that I was contemplating was Spirit of Flight. There's something about that picture that I am really drawn to. And I was umming and ahhing and thinking, because I love the finish of the majority of the colours in the Diamond Painting Deutschland, you know, that watercolour type effect. Whereas with Diamond Art Club, I think it's more sparkly, bright finish. Obviously, they have less colours. So I've talked myself out of it. So, you know, don't get excited about an unboxing of that, because I think I've put that to bed. It's, as I say, I've got a plan for a big picture coming up, so I didn't really want to be distracted from that. But you know what it's like when you go to these websites and you're like, ooh, should I, shouldn't I, especially when they're discontinued. Oh, and I noticed limited editions as well, and that got me thinking, oh no, if it's limited edition, it's kind of, the cynic in me thinks, you know, that's a good marketing ploy to get you to buy, making them limited editions. But actually, it's quite nice, isn't it, to think, I have to get one right now to get hold of it. I did see a picture, a photograph of a beautiful one that they're bringing out at the moment, and it's like a shape of a Labrador, and it's got scenes. Oh, I wish I could remember what the artist was called. It looked fab, really, really lovely. And I don't know if it's actually on their site yet. I don't know if it was a preview. I think I might have seen it on Facebook, on their Facebook page. So whether it was a coming up soon. Anyway, it looked amazing. Right, I am going to do, let me think, V. I think I've taken too many on here. Being a bit greedy again, dear. Right, I'll go with it and see. Because sometimes if you take too many, they don't lie flat enough. You know, you're probably better taking less and having them line up nicely, but you know, with a big gung-ho getting all of those in my tray. Oh, there's quite a few in this section, so again, I'll use my multi-placer as much as I can and then change to the claw. So I'm sorry if your viewpoint is a bit obscured at this point. So this week at work, things are starting to slot into place and I'm understanding things and, you know, what's needed, etc. And I've always previously, well, for a long time since I had my own child, worked in childcare and had school holidays off. It's school holidays next week, and of course I don't have them off because I'm now working in a business. And it got me thinking, because I've now got days that I can book off. I have choice of when I can take holidays for the first time in many years. But you know, I kind of, it's strange. I feel really protective of my holiday time. And I'm like, well, if I take a week then, and what about if I take a day or two off here? You know, then I'll only have 15 days left or whatever. I get 20 days a year, but I get Christmas off for free, if that makes sense. So I don't have to save any of that holiday for Christmas time. And I'm like, okay, a year's a long time to know when I want to take time off. So what do? I have already booked a week off for definite because I knew I needed that week off. It's an event in Yorkshire, the Yorkshire Show, and the traffic is always horrendous when the Yorkshire Show's on. So I thought, right, I'm not going to fight traffic that week. I'm going to book that off. So I've already done that. So I'm down to 15 days. I'm like, should I take a couple of days off now? Or should I leave it for later in the year? I just don't know. And I'm like thinking, I don't know. I'm struggling to know what the best thing to do is. And I know there's this, there's a website, isn't there, to show you how to take 18 days holiday and get 45 days off. So I had a little look at that because I thought, okay, that sounds interesting. And what they do, they attach the bank holidays. Sorry, just seen that one up there. They attach the bank holidays to holidays that you would book off. But they also include weekends in that count. And I think that's cheating because you wouldn't be working weekends anyway. And also, a lot of the bank holidays are when schools are off. So if you're booking holidays to go away and things, it's quite expensive to go away then. So I thought, I'm just going to do the use. So yeah, that's what I've been humming and hawing about this week. Because what I was thinking was, well, when I get this bigger project up and running, it would be nice to have a couple of days off and purely diamond paint for 2 days. Because I really miss doing that. It's just knowing when. Because I think I'm supposed to give quite a bit of notice for holidays. Anyway, yeah. Do you find that as well if you're working full time and you have a certain amount of holiday? Do you find it a struggle to book, or do you just immediately book your whole year's holidays in? You know exactly when you want off and you know exactly when you want to go away. I think it's because with school holidays, having all of the school holidays off, that equaled 13 weeks a year. And I know a lot of people would kill for that time off. They'd be like, wow, 13 weeks. But I tell you what, when it's a busy job, you certainly feel it. And then you're going full pelt for the rest of the time. And then especially in summer holidays, I'm not saying I struggled with, but going full pelt for weeks and then having 6 weeks off, you didn't really want to go back to it afterwards. Which I know sounds a bit strange. I know it sounds a bit strange, but I struggled with it. So I think it's going to be better for me to have these odd days or weeks off it's just getting into the right headspace about how to work it to my best advantage. I think people will be thinking, what? How can you say 13 weeks off was hard to cope with? Oh dear. I tell you, you earn everything you get in a school. Those holidays are well deserved, believe you me. Plus, I'm not a teacher, the teachers don't get all of that time off, by the way. They have planning and sorting and all sorts to do during those holidays. Whereas I worked in the office, so a bit different for me. Oh, there's a little teeny weeny bit of junk there. Look at that, teeny weeny. So I've picked it out with my tweezers and we'll put it aside. But I tell you what, these diamonds don't have a lot of junk in them at all. That's the first little bit really that I've found. Okay, right, I've got 2 hash. Am I actually on camera? Gosh, I hope so. I think it slipped down a little bit then. Going to do these 2 little hash symbols that I've missed. And then we'll do this S symbol, which I think is where I started, wasn't it? I was starting with the S's right at the beginning of the video over on the right hand side before I swapped. So again, I'm going to multi-place as much as I can and then revert back to the claw for the single placements. That one there just got a little bit stuck on the diamond above. He was like piggybacking and I had to nudge him back into place. So this is a bit of a darker khaki colour, I would say. So far on this black and white picture, I've used khakis, blues, sort of blue-greys. I wouldn't say they were completely grey, they would definitely had tinges of blue. There isn't even any black in the picture at all. No 310s, I believe, let me tell you. Yep, no 310s at all in this picture. It's relying on those dark blues to create the darkened shade. Right, let's fill in these little bits of areas. Is he coming to life before your eyes? Because again, to me being quite close up, I can't see the definition that well at the moment. I'm really looking forward to standing back and having a good look. It's really just, well, I get excited by it. I get excited about seeing the definition that I've created without even realising it. So I hope that you all feel the same in that. Is that part of the joy of your diamond painting? Or am I just a weirdo? Okay, that is the bit of section finished. Look, we've done quite a bit. Ooh. I'm going to get a bit of a further away view for you. There we are. I love it. Look at the definition on this flower with that hint of a highlight there. It's gorgeous. And all of his bony face there, there's like highlighted bits there too on that dark background. Oh, it's really, really coming along. I'm really pleased and I'm excited to be able to continue this one. So thank you for joining me today. Please do enjoy your own diamond painting and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. I've just finished the WIP and Chat and look at what nature has brought us today. Massive snowflakes. They are so big, they look like white feathers floating down from the sky. It's mesmerising. How beautiful.